I think my volume's working. Can you guys hear me? Thank you for tuning in live with us. Oh, there she doesn't
Hey,
accept.
we're live. You see me?
We're live. You're coming up on Instagram, but we are live now on all of the channels. So if you guys are tuning in with us on Instagram or LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, anywhere, just go ahead and say hello. Let us know if you're tuning in with us. We would love to know if this is your first time tuning in. And in case it is, we just wanted to explain a little bit about what we do. So Divine Femme is all about helping you grow a spiritual business that's rooted in true alignment with who you're here to serve, your message, your gift, really being able to make an impact in the world while also creating a freedom-based lifestyle and really embodying the feminine essence and avoiding over masculine ways of doing business, because there's a paradigm shift in how we are doing business. And the women that are called to us, they want to work in flow and ease and have freedom and tapped into their intuition and really trust the process and trust the journey and trust the messages that are coming through, which is a key part of messaging. So that's just a little background about, you know, what we're here about, or what we are about over here at Divine Femme. And if you've been tuning in with us for a while, you probably already know this. But say hello so we know that you're live, and we're going to get started here in just a second. What are you drinking, Vanessa? What is that? It's orange.
I make this like fun collagen tea. I just love the color this time. Like pink is like my favorite color, but it's like a pink orange. So it's just like it's a fun like minty kind of collagen. Like it has like nutrients in it too, which is just hella fun.
Yeah, I put that in my coffee all the time. I love doctoring up my coffee like that in the morning with collagen.
Yes. Dude, we talked about it last time. I love. I've gotten into like the mushrooms for like energy instead of, you know, energy drinks, which is good. So I love tea is so fun.
Yeah.
I mean, we both, our health and fitness is so fun. Just like that holistic lifestyle is so fun, and just make it fun with our glasses, which I love. So
Yeah.
yay, happy to be here.
And I feel like in the morning too, it's just like even coffee, it's more about the ritual even than it is about the coffee. You know
Dude,
what I mean?
holy
Like
crap. Side note.
having
Yes. I was just telling Dustin, girl, like I used to go through so many cups, and I was like, and like not even wanting it, but just like the habit of doing it. Now, like savoring it and just kind of having like whatever I feel called to, like a glass or a glass and a half, or even half a glass. Like yesterday was half a glass. I didn't even need more, but just like savoring it and taking it in and not going to the extremes like with it. So I love that you just said that. Hell yes. I love that, girl. And I love coffee. I'll probably never give up coffee, but it is so fun as you switch and this is a whole different like side note, but we were talking about cycles and getting your body in a higher frequency last time. So interesting when you do the food and the drinks that you don't crave anymore, when you were a version of yourself that wasn't as, you know, in that higher frequency, which I hope that makes sense. If you guys are resonating with us, it makes sense.
Yeah. I had to switch to decaf quite a while ago. When you talk about cycles, the caffeine was really messing up cortisol levels and adrenal, especially with women that are which a lot of the women that we help like get into their feminine energy, that are in their over masculinated energy, trying to hustle and make this business work. When you're in that energy, caffeine is not your friend, and caffeine is not your friend for your hormones or anything else. Like if you're in this kind of like hustling to get your business off the ground, which is why Divine Femme is all about anchoring into flow. But shifting from caffeine to decaf was such a huge game changer that allowed me to be more present in my body and less of those like cortisol spikes and the adrenaline spikes and stuff like that, which is really key to be able to anchor into presence more and be more in your parasympathetic nervous system instead of over in this, hustle mode, which is like the opposite you want to be in if you're trying to get into like a nice creative feminine flow. So
dude, I love that. So good. Yay. Well, I'm excited for today. I love this this whole idea, really guiding spiritual entrepreneurs, and 3 tips for spiritual entrepreneurs to stop trading time for money and skyrocket sales. And why I love this is, some of the frustrations when our clients come to us is you guys are such, open heart empaths. You want to serve everyone. You want to serve so much, right? You have that calling for divine service. And there's a block when you feel that you can only be of service if you're giving one-on-ones, or you could only be in the highest service if you have like the lowest price to make it accessible. And that's a deeper conversation as well. But I'm really pumped to help shift you guys and help us like clear those blocks and close those gaps, because when we say these 3 tips for you, I want you to see how you feel. I want you to see what you're integrating when we give these, and how open are you to seeing how this could work for you, if that makes sense. So let's just go through these. These are really fun. Yay.
Yeah, let's go ahead. So the number one thing that most of our clients want when they come is they want more freedom, and they want to get paid for what they do. They want to get paid to do what they love, and they are being called to make entrepreneurship the vehicle to spread their message and their gift throughout the world and make an impact. So 3 tips for spiritual entrepreneurs that are ready to stop trading their time for money, trading dollars for hours, and oftentimes being overworked, overwhelmed. We call this a lot of times, we'll circle. I'm going to save this for then. The last piece I was just about to say, we'll save that for the end. But number one is create a premium program, you guys. And if we could have done this, when I could have done this, I'll raise my hand, back in 2017 when I just started online with spiritual healing programs. Creating these little programs that are like $100 off, or $100, $150, $160. I see so many spiritual entrepreneurs starting this way, and that is just doesn't make sense from a financial standpoint. When you're trying to grow a business, you want to create a model that sustains you. You want to create a model that has the potential to not only hit your revenue goals, but also create the lifestyle that you want to create. And so the number one way you're going to be able to do this, you guys, is to create a premium program. This is something, and when I say premium, it's not just about, when I say premium, this is going to tie into number 2, so we'll just go right into it. When I say premium program, what I mean is something that offers an epic transformation for your client. And get really, really clear on that is. So number 2 is get really clear on one overarching transformation that you offer right now, especially if you're just starting out. And this may feel like you're narrowing yourself too much. It may feel like you're leaving a lot on the table, or it may feel like, but I have a million interests and I love all of these different things. How can I focus on just this one? We hear this all the time when clients are going through the Escalate curriculum. And really what we want to do is guide you to, get really crystal clear by reverse engineering your own journey, really, and the trials and tribulations that you have gone through as a light worker, teacher, healer, and way shower, because all of that is used for good. None of that was a waste. Really tapping into your own hero's journey and how far you've come and what you've grown through, and how you've shined, and now you're out the other side of it enough to where you can help someone else pull somebody else up. This is part of your overarching transformation that you can give back, your contribution and service to humanity, to help others who are in a similar situation to where you have been, whether that's 6 months ago, a year ago. Oftentimes it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years ago. It can be shorter, but it is a version of you that has already been there, done that. And you've come out the other side shining with wisdom to share with the world. And your own journey is part of this process. So when you say, what's the one transformation that you offer? I want you to be thinking about, what's the biggest transformation you've overcome? What have you grown through? What is your part of your hero's journey that was gifted to you, really, for you to go through and come out the other side? What wisdom have you gained that you can now bring back to the world in a way that makes a big impact and helps somebody else through that particular phase of their journey where they are ready for a mentor? Because there is a phase on everybody's journey where you are meant to walk alone. And then there's a part of the journey where someone comes in and shines a light for you and helps guide you in a way that helps your journey. And that's where you come in.
Mm-hmm. I love that. And I want to add in, I think a lot of our clients feel too, because they're so multi-passionate and so excited to help so many, that this is their one program for life. No. But when we can streamline, especially when you're newer, we work with, newer people starting to scale their business. So when you can streamline and have this focused, and have the energy focused on this, get this so squared away and solid, then that opens up space, it opens up energy, it opens up creativity for you to experience and create more. So I hope that makes sense. And that's I think the biggest thing too, is it actually, I think people think they're narrowing down, like, oh, just one, I want to have more direct contact with one person. But no, when you have this transformative premium program, it actually opens up space for other avenues, and you're creating one streamlined avenue that can literally actually be in the ground running for you as you're doing other things. Like that's fun. That's exciting, right?
Yeah, and technically, we're not. Yes, we teach you how to scale, but when we're talking about a premium program, it could be a one-on-one premium program. If you're like, listen, I just don't want to do the group scenario, it can be a one-on-one, but premium program. Premium program still gets that overarching transformation, and it's not something that we teach, but it's something our clients still add on. We teach you how to scale, and so that you have that flexibility to then go out and create whatever else you want to do. And that could be one-on-one programs, or that could be retreats, or write books, or do speaking, or like whatever it is that you want to do. Even if you're sitting here and you're saying, okay, I don't want to do group at all. I think I have to be one-on-one, or you just really, really love one-on-one, and that's fine too. But if you're trading your dollars for hours and time for money, selling $150 one-off sessions, most of our clients come with somewhere between $80 and $400 an hour for their session. And their goals, when I ask them their revenue goals, you guys, the math doesn't add up. They would literally have to be sitting down, like signing like, I don't know how many clients every single day with no days off in order to hit their income target. And even then they still would be shy because their revenue goals are just not possible with what they've outlined for themselves. But even if it was one-on-one, still offering and packaging it in a premium program. Can you see how much more powerful this would be? Sitting down with someone on a one-off session where someone books with you today, and then maybe they fall off, and then they show up like 3 weeks later to book with you again because maybe some dramas popped up or their ego flared up, and so now they're having another breakdown, so they pop up and they book another with you. And you give them a Band-Aid solution, really, because you're only helping them through this little thing, but then they're off on their own with no extra guidance for this whole overarching transformation. And so what happens is you oftentimes are offering Band-Aid solutions to people that come to you just as one-offs, and you're trading time for money, where if you actually took your expertise and reverse engineered your own hero's journey the way we're suggesting, you can put that in a premium program that offers an overarching transformation that holds people's feet to the fire, that are ready to invest in themselves, that are ready to really do it and really dive deeper into the work. And now you're there with them. You're there with them through the journey, through the ups, the downs, the sabotage, and all the things. So they're not just like dangling off by themselves and then coming back to you whenever they, whenever they feel like it, with no extra accountability there and no skin in the game. Does that make sense? People that have skin in the game are going to get better results, you guys. And people that invest in themselves in a program with you, when you offer this kind of epic transformation that you're guided to do because you've been there, done that, they're going to get better results because they have more skin in the game. They've invested energy, time, and money into themselves, and you're creating the container for that. And side note, just being in a group container with other people going through the same similar transformation is healing in and of itself. So I really would challenge the myth that the only way you can get results is by doing one-on-one, because in actuality, when you bring other people together, even for the most, I've talked to people that have come together with some of the most like the kind of like trauma that you would never want to experience in life, and they still say that because they were in a group of other caring, open individuals and held in a sacred space, they were able to really see that they're not broken, that they're not alone, that they're able to go through this. So for all of you that have healing programs and you're healers and you think that you have to offer one-on-one services, I want to challenge that myth for you, because when you can come together in a community that offers this kind of sacred space, people are able to grow because of that, instead of feeling like they're just an island in and of themselves going through something. So I just want to bring that to your attention as well. It is a myth. We have a lot of healers that have successful programs that offer massive transformations, and they dive deep into some of the ugliest shadows that you can imagine, shadow qualities or traumas and dramas that people could endure, and they still are able to offer it in a way that scales them and offers a premium result for people in more of a group program. But it's available one-on-one too. This concept of premium program versus just trading one-off sessions is a game changer for your business. If you want to make a bigger impact, because impact is always first, the impact that you're here to make, helping people. But also leveraging, also hitting your own income goals and honoring that time, because let's face it, you are going to be better doing what you're doing when you're able to generate revenue and support yourself. If you have to, if you're always like looking for the next client and you're never able to sustain yourself because you're charging $150 and you're sitting on the phone for 3 hours with people, That's not effective. That's not even effective. And I would say that's not even probably a good call for your client, to be honest. I'm just going to
Mm,
say that, because transformation can happen in transformational breakthroughs happen like
mm-hmm.
that. So a lot of our clients will find themselves over giving of their time because they have zero boundaries as far as their time, over giving and bleeding themselves
Yeah.
dry with their energy and their time to help with an over. It comes from a good place because they want to help, but at the same time, it's totally self-defeating because they're totally draining their energy. They're over giving to a client where in actuality, if they would have made it more short, so sweet and succinct, and really nail the call or whatever that they're on, they wouldn't have to sit there and trade that kind of time and bleed their energy dry in order to get the same result.
Oof, that's so good. Can we feel that for 1 second? Like it's back to that parable we've mentioned before. You know, do you want to be the person that, and this is what you have to check for yourself. Coming from that good place, if you wanted to help someone, but literally, are you enabling them by just covering up that band-aid? Or are you literally, even if it's icky and painful, you're there to support them? But what's cool is we're all about this. Like you give them their power back. You teach them how to do it. Like they do it themselves. And that is so much more rewarding, impactful, um, results they love, like beyond words than just the idea of like, yes, I'm helping you by this service. Like that is so so key. And when we can have more people, this is why I love, you know, working with what we do, and people that are attracted to us and want to step into their and monetize their gifts in this premium ways, because when we can transform more people, like can we feel like how much that raises up the collective and this world and the frequency and the energies. And when we do that, can we feel how expansive, and like can we feel, I mean, if you're resonating with us, you know all this, but like it's so much more than just a beautiful service that you're going to exchange for the $150. Turn that into such a powerful premium program and watch how much that ripple effects out in ways that you might not even know yet. That's so so key and so important. I love that that's number one. That's so good, girl. Yeah.
Yeah, this is so good. And they all piggyback on each other. So thank you for the comments. I'm glad to see that this is resonating. So we're going to dive into number 3 so we can keep this, around 25 minutes. We're going to dive into number 3. So we've already mentioned this, you guys, and this is raise your prices. And this is not saying raise your prices if you feel already really good about your prices, but we're going to say raise your prices if you are underselling yourself, if you're undercharging, if you're not hitting your own goals, revenue goals. And if you're getting clients, especially that are not committed, they're dropping off, they're not showing up, they're late, they're not invested in themselves. And so often when you offer these lower end services, that's what you're going to get, because you're catering to people that are not ready for the full investment. And here's the thing. There's nothing wrong with that. If you want to go do one-off sessions for lower price and this and that, and you're fine just doing that on the side, that's cool. We're not really talking to you on this video then. We're talking to the spiritual entrepreneur that wants to make a massive impact, that wants to offer an epic transformation, that wants people in their programs that are invested, that do the work, that have self-responsibility, that have skin in the game, that show up and that are ready. That's who we're talking to. And those people invest in themselves, and they invest at a higher price point because they value what they are getting, and they value their health, they value their wealth, they value their relationships, they value their business, they value these things. And they are smart enough to recognize that they don't have the time or the energy or the desire to do it all on their own, to learn every single mistake themselves, and that someone else that's already been there, done that they are guided to can help them. This is why we hire people to help us. And entrepreneurs already have this mindset. People that are into personal development already have this mindset. People that see that they get a return on things. If you go to the grocery store and you buy healthy food, I know I'm getting a return on that investment, even though I'm buying more expensive food than I could, right? I could buy a cheaper version of food, but I choose to do that because I know I'm getting a return on my investment, because I'm going to have better health. And then I don't have to deal with all the other things that come if I don't take care of myself. So
Yeah.
I already know that when I spend that money, I'm investing in myself. And these are the people you want to attract. You want to attract people that know, like, hey, I just invested in a mindset coach or an embodiment coach or an energy coach or a business coach or a marketing coach or marketing or whatever, because my time is valuable. I don't need to do it all myself. Obviously, if I need help, if I haven't figured something out, maybe there's something I'm missing. They're humble enough and their egos surrender enough to recognize that. And they go invest in the programs that they need to help them develop all areas of their life, whether that be health,
Mm,
relationships, money, business, whatever, right? These are the people that are going to get the epic results. These are the people that you don't have to handhold. These are the people you don't have to babysit. These are the people that show up with a level of self responsibility and take action. And these are the people that are, at least in my opinion, the best to work with because they actually value what you're offering and they integrate and they show up and they do the work. And if you've been trading dollars for hours and time for money and attracting a crowd that doesn't do that, I think you can see really quickly how
mm,
frustrating it can be, especially if you're here to help, you're here to serve, and you can see what's happening, but they're not committing to the level that they need to because they're still attached too much to their victim story or too much to their old patterns or too much to their old way of being or whatever, that they're just not there yet. They just don't
mm,
want the full transformation yet. And that's fine. Let them go to someone else that's ready to just give them a band-aid solution. But I'm just saying
mm.
it doesn't have to be you anymore if you're not called to do that. And I'm not gonna judge anybody that's doing like one-off sessions. These are great. Like I love one-off healing sessions. I go book energy healings and then things like that for myself just
Same.
for fun. Same with massages, same with there's nothing
Mhm,
wrong with that. We're just not speaking to you on this live stream right now if that's not what you're called if that's what you're called to offer because we help a very specific kind of spiritual entrepreneur and we help the spiritual entrepreneur that is ready for the massive transformation, the massive impact, and the clients that are ready to do the work.
mm.
There's one comment here. Just usually, let me see. I've been guilty of giving too much time away, but have been really disciplining myself and valuing myself, and it's better. So
Mhm.
good. I think your name is Jenny by your handle. So thank you for that comment because this is so good because as you put these values into place and you honor your own time and your energy and the value you bring to the table, you're going to see everything else reflect back to you. And so this is the prostitute archetype that we work a lot with inside Sacred Leader Academy. And this is where we prostitute, basically meaning we sell ourselves short with our time, our
Mhm,
value, our energy, and we bleed ourselves dry with our boundaries
mm,
and don't come into alignment with our value system, usually because we're seeking some form of external validation or confirmation outside of ourselves. And that can even look like praise from a client
mm,
because you just
mhm.
sat on the call with them for 3.5 hours, even though you're completely depleted and probably went way more than what was necessary to actually hone in and get the transformation. So you're
Mhm,
getting you're getting some value from it somewhere. And it's some kind of external validation outside of yourself that would cause you to have the weak boundaries and not honor your own value system. So I love to hear that you are reeling that in and you bringing awareness to that because that is the first step in really upping your own value from the inside out. And when you do
mm,
this is actually going to make you much more valuable to your clients as well and help you get even more epic results for your clients.
mhm,
And to be honest, this all ties into your pricing because if you don't feel that what you're offering is of high value and you're showing up either depleted and you're even if you're not aware that this is what you're doing when you're bleeding yourself dry with your values and stuff like that, it's going to reflect energetically in everything that you do. And in order for you to really raise your prices and put it out there in a way where you own it and you know that it's of value and you just know it's the best thing for the right person, keyword, this
mhm.
best thing for the right person. It's not the best thing for everybody. It's the best thing for the right person that's ready to work with you right now. That's the only person you have to worry about at the moment for this premium program. If you're not energetically aligned with your own value that you're bringing to the table,
Mhm,
and one indicator of that would be that you're not valuing your time or your energy or your space or your this or that, that's going to reflect in your pricing. It's going to be harder for you to raise your prices and really back that and own that with your confidence that we talk about, your sacral confidence, and really know that this is something of value. It all is intertwined, right? The energetic alignment and embodiment piece along with the external. So it's not just like, well, I'm going to go raise my prices. I'm going to put out a program today. It's going to be $3,000 and that's it. But like if the energetics behind that is not there to support the value that you are offering and you know it, and you're in your 3D world, you're expressing it in that way by understanding your value, not giving away your time to people that haven't invested in your time, you know, there's not a mutual exchange there. If you're not allowing this mutual exchange to happen and you're coming from a self-defeating place, the price is never going to sell. The program's not going to sell. Does that make sense?
So good. Was that on Instagram?
Yay.
I can't see. I got kicked off, but that was tell her that's awesome. An epic question. So glad it resonated.
Yeah, I think we're frozen. I don't know if we're frozen. I don't know if anybody heard that on Instagram, but we did get your comment. And I did. So hopefully, Jenny, if you're here, got that. If not,
you're so funny. Oh yeah,
I'm still live. No, I think I'm still live, but I can't tell for sure. So it is what it is. But everybody else on the internet,
it's all good.
Got to hear from Jenny's comments. So that's beautiful. So yes. What we're going to do. Oh, let me pop in the comments if you guys are tuning in live with us or on the replay, you guys can be able to check the comments. The next step, if you want to dive deeper with Vanessa and I, is to watch our free masterclass. I'm going to be dropping that in the comments here in 2 seconds. This is where we're going to share our simple framework and how the simple formulas that our clients are using to hit their results. And if that resonates with you, then there's also an opportunity to book a free impact assessment with me. And this is where I help you close the gaps in your business that are keeping you from building an aligned premium program online and a sustainable business that is magnetic to your soulmate clients, so that sales are effortless, easy, and feel like magic, which is how sales should be. So if you're looking to skyrocket sales, but you're not looking to get in this icky energy around sales where you're trying to chase it and hunt down clients, and you're not working in alignment, it feels off and the sales feel off, and sales should feel fun, effortless, and like magic when you are fully aligned in your power with who you know and aligned with who you know you're here to serve. Messaging is on point, your energy is on point. Sales are just a natural byproduct.
Truth. I love this.
Yay.
Truth.
Okay.
This is simple. Yay. What a good Friday, y'all. Have such an epic Friday, everyone. Thank you so much for being with us. And we look forward to hearing what resonates. I love these 3 tips. Powerful, simple, fun. So impactful. Love it.
Yay. See you guys next week. We are here every Wednesday and Friday at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So tune in live with us or on the replay, and we will see you soon. Have a great weekend.
Cheers.
Bye. Namaste.